So I saw Hellboy, and it was... wait. Can you wait for 1 second? Much better. As I was saying, so I saw Hellboy, and it was a mistake. A big, tragic mistake. Now, before we get started on this review, a couple of disclaimers. One is that I never read the comics, though I am interested in reading them in the future. The second is I have seen both the original movies, and I'll definitely say they're not Shakespeare, but they are compared to this movie. While the originals were well written, creative, and original, this film is just a wannabe Deadpool ripoff. Though unlike Deadpool, this film was rushed, not funny, and poorly written. Now, to the film's credit, David Harbour really does try in this film. He put a lot of effort into this role. Also, the practical effects in this film were really good when they weren't covered in bad CGI. There is this one pig-looking creature that has some of the most awesome practical effects I think I've seen in a long time. But then the film just abruptly switches to CGI, and then back to practical, and then back to CGI. Like it can't make up its mind! And the way they transition from practical to CG is just so poorly edited, like the rest of this film. I have ADHD, and even I have more focus than this movie. Seriously, this film is all over the place. The first act of the film, Hellboy goes on this giant hunt, and it's completely irrelevant to the plot. Yeah, sure, I mean, the people he hunted with were traitors and all, but still, the whole giant hunt was just completely pointless. Meanwhile, the pig guy is collecting parts of the Blood Queen, which is actually relevant to the plot. So, in short, Hellboy contributes nothing to the plot until the second act of the film. Oh, and plus there are just characters that just appear out of nowhere throughout this film. Even friggin' Pig Guy! This film has some of the worst sound mixing I think I've ever heard in my life. Just to give you an idea just how bad the sound design in this film is, this is how the whole movie sounds. The music is too loud while the dialogue is too soft. You can thank me for the subtitles later. Remember that one scene from Shazam where the villain was making his villain monologue from afar? But Shazam, throughout the whole scene, was like, I can't hear a thing you're saying. Can you please speak up? Well, that was me throughout this whole film. This is where I would critique the dialogue. But I can't hear any of it, so I can't critique the dialogue. I'm sure the lines in this film are pretty bad, but I hope they're not as bad as, well... Let's get ready for gun! So overall, I can safely say this is probably one of the worst films I think I've ever seen, if not the worst film of 2019 so far. It's not creative, it's uninspired, it's poorly written, it has terrible CGI, and has nauseating sound mixing. The only thing that's stopping me from giving this a 1 out of 10 is David Harbour's performance in this film, because he put his heart and soul into this role, and you could see it. And it's probably the most tragic thing about this film, which is why I am going to give this a 2 out of 10. Hey guys, I fixed my audio. Finally. At least I was able to fix something and not this movie though, unfortunately. Like I keep saying in every video, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell right next to it. Next time, I am hoping to see Avengers Endgame for you guys, and I will be putting my opinion in next time's video. If I can't for some reason because tickets are flying off the shelves, well, I will notify you guys. But for now, this is until next time.